Every game has its rules and regulations, and so does the NBA. However, NBA rules don't always make sense, and some of them are so dumb that even the players hate them. The sad part is that the players can't really ignore these rules and have to follow them nonetheless. If you want to know about the dumbest rules in the NBA, then watch this video till the end. Let's get started. First, hanging on the rim, technical foul. It seems like the players can get a foul for literally anything they do in the league, and this literally anything also includes hanging on the rim. Well, the question is, why can't a player enjoy a nice swing on the rim after a great dunk? It's not like the players are little kids who are putting themselves in danger by hanging on the rim. The dumbest possible part about this rule is that even if there's no foul, the rival team can ball up the court by inbounding the ball, resulting in a forced 5-on-4 just because someone hung on the rim. Now, even if we make it make sense, how does killing the buzz of the game by stopping it make sense at all? Why not let the player help the team get out of that 5-on-4 jam? If someone can help us understand the logic behind it, please do so. Next, the continuation rule. The continuation rule suggests that if a player gets a foul while still in the middle of shooting and makes the shot, the respective shot is counted as long as the player completes the shot with a continuous motion that started before the foul. Okay, this makes sense, but the confusion starts after this. The rule seems dumb when the steps are involved in it. Anyone who's played basketball knows that 3 steps are too much and they become a travel, so it's best to keep it at a maximum of 2 steps. Now, why do the extra steps become a part of the continuation? So you mean a player can get a foul, take an extra step, make a better shot, and get the +1? Wouldn't it be brutal if a player could simply go on while absorbing contact and maintaining the body control and finish while everyone else has stopped moving because of the whistle? Yes, it is. Next, we have the excessive celebration rule. Sports are supposed to be entertaining, especially basketball, so why can't the players be a little excited about their achievement? Do you all remember Carmelo Anthony, who got a technical foul just because he swung his arm in excitement after a shot? You most definitely do. While playing a game and entertaining millions of fans inside an arena and in the world, the NBA players are bound to keep their emotions out of the game. It's very much possible for them to get a technical foul for excessive celebration. So, if you don't see your favorite NBA player dancing in joy after a terrific shot, know that they don't want a technical foul. Next up is the fumble rule. As per the NBA's description, the fumble rule goes like this. If the player holding the ball fumbles and loses control over the ball, he may recover control over the ball. However, if he moves his pivot foot while recovering the ball, he must shoot or pass the ball. But if the pivot foot doesn't move while recovering the ball, then he may retain his status before the fumble happens. Seriously, some people might not even know that this rule exists, and it's really hard to make it make sense. This might be the dumbest rule in the NBA because it rewards the player for his unforced mistake instead of punishing. Now that you all know about this rule, we think we've released something very unholy. Now moving on to the next rule, the pump fake rule. Kobe Bryant used to do this one so well as he'd pump fake, forcing the opponent to think of it as a shot and jumping in the air to block it. Bryant would then have time to jump into the defender with the opponent in the air while staying in his shooting motion. While it may sound like fire, he'd also get a foul call while doing so. Why'd they give him a foul call for this? The truth is that even if it makes sense somehow, still, why is it even a rule? Next on the list, the no shatter rule. Yes, this rule means exactly what you are thinking. According to the NBA rules, if a player ends up shattering the backboard by shooting the ball too hard, then the point is not counted. Not just that, the player also receives a technical foul for this. Remember that the intentions are not counted and are not here. Well, maybe the NBA doesn't like their players breaking things. Now we have the ban on the whoop bands. The NBA has strict rules regarding the players appearing on the court while wearing wearables. Just so you know, wearables are allowed for players. However, one player has been banned for wearing a whoop band on the court. Matthew Dellavedova of the Cleveland Cavaliers was banned from wearing these specific bands because they do not serve the same purpose as other wearables such as Jawbone or Fitbit. Whoop actually tells a lot more, such as stress, heart rate, travel schedules that may affect the freshness of the player. Whoop's real-time data can even help players prevent injuries and determine their health for the next game. Now the question is, why would they ban it? Does it have to do with the safety of other players, as they might get injured because of it? Because no other reason makes it look logical enough. Next, no game without timeouts. You must know that every NBA team gets a total of 6 timeouts that can be used throughout the game. But here's the problem. The rule states that every team is obligated to use 4 timeouts out of 6. Not just that, they also need to save 1 timeout for the 4th quarter. So what happens if a team doesn't follow this rule? Oh, nothing serious. Of course, I'm being sarcastic. The referee will call for a timeout, and the team will get a technical foul as a gift. The only reason this rule exists is for the TV networks to air commercials during the break. That's unfortunate, we'd say. Now, the 6th man rule. This rule probably doesn't exist anymore. However, back in the day, the NBA had a rule according to which the teams were allowed to send 6 instead of 5 players. While the teams had to be discreet about it, they'd only only send in the 6th player when the referee noticed. If the referee didn't notice or was being inattentive, then the score made by the 5 players was still counted. It's good that this rule isn't practiced anymore because it'd be chaos on the court. Next up is the jump ball needs to stay on the right side. Most of you know what a jump ball is, but for the ones who don't know, it's the method of putting the ball into the game. The referee has to toss the ball up between the 2 teams to start a game. The rule is a bit weird because it states that the players need to line up on the right side of the court during the jump ball. Every team's supposed to stand facing their respective basket, the one they'll shoot into. Now, if the players aren't lined up in the right manner at the beginning of the game, the referee has 24 seconds to call a foul, and when a foul is called, the game has to be restarted. But what happens if the referee doesn't notice? Nothing happens. Yes, nothing happens if the referee misses out on the lineup and positioning and doesn't call a foul. The game just goes on normally. The rule is weird because if there is no problem with the referee not noticing it, then why doesn't it even matter? Did you know NBA owners are not allowed to be business partners? Well, this rule has less to do with the players on the game, but surely has a lot to do with the owners. This one time, Kevin Garnett showed his interest in investing in the AS Roma soccer team. However, he was stopped from doing so because apparently AS Roma's principal owner was also a partial owner of the Boston Celtics. It's actually a bizarre rule because NBA owners are definitely extremely wealthy, and interfering in their personal business deals is a bit weird. So why does the NBA have these dumb rules? Well, as a matter of fact, we are sure that Dr. James Naismith, the writer of the original basketball rulebook, didn't have a game in mind that could be stopped whenever the opponent team gets the ball and everybody could pass through the foul line shooting free shots. However, the NBA we know today took Naismith's vision wrongly, or at least that's just our guess. The explanation most people give about these dumb rules is that the NBA is keeping the tradition alive, which is why the dumb rules still exist. Well, if there isn't any logical explanation for these rules, they shouldn't exist either. Some of these rules are so dumb that we feel like deleting them off of the rulebook, but we can't, so we'll have to deal with it. If you know of any other dumb or bizarre NBA rules, let us know about them in the comments. For now, it's a wrap, fam. We'll be back with more NBA news and updates for you soon. Thanks for watching!